So, hello and welcome to tonight's session. It's not really a training session, it's more a reflection and celebration of 2025. So, I have been trawling the stats to provide you with lots of information about what people got up to in 2025, who sold well, who recruited well. There's some stories from that I've taken off the UCP Facebook page. So, if you see your face, that's where you've come from. As just a general reflection of how the year's gone. And I think it's easy to look at the negatives, but hopefully this will be a super positive evening all about celebrating your successes. I would like to apologise for any background noise. I've got a puppy. I've had a midlife crisis. I've got an older dog. She should know better. She doesn't. They're currently fighting over a plastic bone, as you do. So if you hear any noise, it's my dogs. So yes, because two kids was not enough for me. So I thought, why not get a puppy as well? So without further ado, if the puppy does come over, she is cute. So I'll show you her face just for some, added 2025 joy. So I'll start off with January. Also, I want some interaction in the chat because I would like some predictions. I don't know why it's not letting me cross off this. I would like some predictions of things as well. Obviously, I know the answers because I looked at the stats, but you guys don't. So it'd be interesting to see whether what you guess is what actually happened. So January, the start of the year. Bearing in mind, January, we had a bumper kit, and January is statistically the best recruiting month. So if you are someone who has not built a team yet and you're interested in starting, or you're someone who has a team and wants to grow it, get your prep done now because January is statistically the best month to recruit. As you will see from these figures you will not see again for the rest of the year. If someone's done it, it means it's possible for you to also do it. So don't look at these numbers and think, I could never get that many people to join my team. Yes, you could, because someone else did. So yes, why is January so great? Because people like to make New Year's resolutions, don't they? And they like to start a new thing, and they've had all the downtime over Christmas. They've maybe reflected on their life choices. And January is the ideal time to make a fresh start. I would actually argue Boxing Day is the ideal time to start having those conversations with people, unless obviously you're actually having a nice time with your family. But if you have any downtime between Christmas and New Year, get chatting to people, because there will be so many people who are frustrated with how their 2025 went, and you could be the person that changes that for them. So congratulations to Laura, Alina, Daniela, and Alexandra. If you're here with us, whoop. If you're watching back, congrats to you. You are the top recruiters in January. And hopefully someone watching this will see their name if I do this again next year. Top sellers. So again, people tend to think January is a quiet month for sales because people have spent all their money in December. Not true, as you'll see from these figures. So again, if you're thinking, okay, well, everyone will have spent their money in December, so they're not going to want to spend any money with me in January. Think again, retail is huge in January, just generally, and you guys could be doing some amazing things in January as well. Schools go back, so you've got a new term with schools. You've got baby and toddler groups that run all year round. People have birthdays in January. People have babies in January that they're constantly wanting to replenish their book stock for. People start getting prepped for World Book Day in January. So think about your Januaries, because it's a great time to sell books as well. So congratulations to Laura, Katie, Camelia, Mel, and Anne. If you're on the call, I would say giveaway. I won't see you, but do anyway. And congratulations if you are watching. We had some 10-year anniversary. Well, we didn't. We had one 10-year anniversary, who incidentally was one of the bestsellers in January. So Laura celebrated 10 years with us. So again, if you are a newer partner and you're thinking, what's Usborne going to mean to you? I can see that Keely is on the call, who recently celebrated 10 years with Usborne as well. There are so many people that have done so many amazing things over the years, and it is super possible for you to have a long business, but also how amazing that someone has had their business for over 10 years, because most small businesses fail within their first year. And Laura is testament to the fact that actually you can have a super successful Usborne business. I know she does a lot of work with schools, and that's where her sales come from. We also had some super fundraising. So this was on our Facebook page, but Anne Croxford donated over £2,000 of books to local hospitals in 2024, which I think is just incredible. She also donates a percentage of her sales. So she donates books and money. She does hospital pop-ups. I've had the pleasure of going to a few with her. If you have a local hospital, it is well worth getting in contact with them because you've got so much passing trade. And again, the reason you guys are amazing. Sorry, I have got a puppy causing chaos. This is Bramble, just for some side entertainment. So if you have a hospital near you, like the whole reason why you guys is so amazing is because you are where is convenient for people. So you are there when someone is thinking, oh yeah, I need to buy a birthday present, or someone's just had a baby, or my child is bored in this hospital rating room and you've got a sticker book you can offer us. Like, that is the beauty of you, that you are convenient. Or you work in a hospital and frankly, you don't have much time to do anything. You're there with your books, or maybe they've been told their child's struggling with reading and you're there with the phonics readers. But if you have a hospital local to you, it's well worth getting in contact with them because one, you can sell lots of books, and two, actually you can support a good cause in supporting the hospital charity, either by donating books if they've got a children's ward, or books to waiting rooms, or it might be that you're donating money for the hospital research, which is incredible as well. So well worth considering that as a sales option. Fiorella Montevigo partnered with, again, this is all from the UCP Facebook page, partnered with the Caldo Abbraccio Association to raise funds and donate books to nurseries and schools in Brianza, Italy. So if you're new, again, this is something you could look at doing, a community book pledge where you ask local businesses if they would like to sponsor maybe some book bundles into schools. So partners in the past have done mental health bundles for Children's Mental Health Week, where local businesses have sponsored those packs and they've gone into schools, or some of our partners have got local businesses to sponsor books. So every child that starts reception in a school gets a book, or it might be that the school just needs support with their library. So again, it's worth talking to local businesses. Remember, if it's an independent business, they get a certain tax allowance for charitable donations. It's also great marketing for them because if people know they've donated books, you're more inclined to go to Dave's Fish and Chip Shop, for example, for your Friday takeaway, because you know that Dave donated books to your school, your child's school library, and it's costing Dave a lot less to give you a donation of books than it would be to pay for flyers to be printed or to do some kind of marketing. Moving on to February. So January, these things were happening in January. People were recruiting, people were selling, and people were doing some amazing work to support local causes. February, top recruiters again. So January, we had a bumper kit. February, we did not. And people still joined because remember, £48 is incredibly low risk investment to start a business of £48. If you started a franchise like Rhythm Time or Baby Sensory, you'd be paying about £7,000 or £8,000 to start that. £48 is a really low startup investment. It's really low risk. And people don't need a bumper kit to join. They get an incredible amount of books to start their business with for £48. So these were the recruiting figures for February. So don't give up on February either, because it might be that actually maybe people didn't have the money to join in January. Once they get paid in January, they do then have the money to join in Feb. So again, start those conversations because you just don't know when people are going to want to join. So well done again to Laura and Alina and to Rosie and Danielle. Our top sellers in February, these, looking at the list, these are schools sellers. So World Book Day for the UK is the first Thursday in March. For outside the UK, it's in April. But you don't just have to stick to that one day. So lots of our experienced partners will do events in February and March to really spread their book sales. And it might be that these people sell from stock, so they were stocking up on books to then sell at their book fairs and events. This puppy, honestly, So well done to Viorica and Sandy, Katie and Mel for their incredible sales in February. So again, think about what can you be doing in February. Could you do a pop-up inspired by Anne in a hospital once a month to boost your sales? Could you make it that you work with a school every single month? So you set it as a goal that you'll work with. You don't even need to work with 12 schools across the year. You could work with the same school multiple times in a year. You could do all their parents' evenings, for example. So think about that consistency, because these people are consistent and that's why they're successful. In the news, so we had Ella Lumger. She was on BBC Radio Humberside talking about her fundraising activities and promoting access to books for children. Local radio stations look for content all the time. So you guys would be ideal guests on a radio station. I know it is scary maybe approaching people, but think what it could do for your business, having people hear you talk on the radio. You don't know if there's a teacher listening that might want you to work with their school. You don't know if there's people listening that might think, oh, actually, I'd love to start my own book selling business. You don't know who's listening, but you're reaching people that you wouldn't be reaching otherwise. So if you have done a fundraiser for a school, if you have done a fundraiser for a charity, if you did something over Christmas, maybe you fundraised for a local food bank so that children could have books as like when their parents went to collect food over Christmas. Whatever it is you've done, if you've made a difference to someone, it's worth sharing about that. Or actually, if you just want to talk about how important reading is and the work that you do with local schools to boost that, you maybe not going to get on BBC Radio 1, but local radio stations are constantly looking for content, and what you do is important and does make a difference. And particularly if you see something in the news like, I don't know, reading levels are declining amongst children. Reading for pleasure, according to the National Literacy Trust latest survey, is the lowest it's ever been in children. And so if that's not a reason to get you guys on the radio talking about how you can get children into reading, then I don't know what is. But look at the news. If there's something that relates to your business, like approach a local news station and see if you can talk to them about it. Super fundraising. Tracy Reed fundraised to donate 150 books to 2 Kent schools. So I believe these books were given to children in reception, which is lovely. Again, this was on UCP's Facebook. So think about all the things that you could do. And I think Tracy was inspired, again, by the levels of children that didn't own their own book. So wanted to make a difference. Obviously, we have charitable organisations like World Book Day, where the whole purpose of those pound vouchers is that children can exchange them for a book. But look at the amazing books. Like often those books are like abridged versions of text, or they're cheaper paper, or you know they're not going to have flaps or interactive elements, but look at the beautiful books that all those children have got because of Tracy. So again, is this something that you could do? Is this something that you could start in the new year so that when children start primary school in September, they've got a beautiful book? Or when they find out their primary school place, that primary school, I know my daughter, when it was before she started school, she got a little bear wearing a little rucksack from her school. To be honest, I don't know where that bear is. And a book might have been better, a lovely collection of stories. But think ahead now, like, can you do something with local businesses to give children a book when they start school, or to give them a book when they leave school as well? March, World Book Day month. But people were still recruiting. There is often a myth that people think you can't recruit and sell. I beg to differ. You can do both. I know for a fact these people will have been doing World Book Day events, but they're getting people to join their team, because March is a great month for attraction marketing. When you're doing your lovely World Book Day events, when you're out and about with your books, when you're meeting lots of people, chatting to lots of people, people are redeeming their World Book Day tokens with you because they could do what you're doing, and you would have plenty of events to offer them for their business, and they can see the fun, the joy that you're spreading. There's loads of names on this list. I tried to do the top 3 recruiters every month, but obviously, as you can see, look, Bramble, she's still in a bin. It's really hard to be professional when you've got a puppy stealing a bin. I could have a child appear at any moment. Poppy usually likes to appear in these training sessions as well. You've got Emma, who recruited 5, and the amount of people that recruited 3 people is absolutely brilliant. If you're someone that's interested in being in a leadership community, the silver requirements are that you recruit 4 people in a season. A lot of these people did almost that in 1 month. So again, just shows you what is possible. And if they've done it, you can definitely do it. Top sellers. Anne, Melanie, Yana, Sarah, and Ali did some amazing work. Most of these sellers are school sellers, but I think Melanie gets her sales because she works with a local council. If you're on this, Melanie, please put in the chat what you do. But I believe she works with a local council who place large book orders from her 2 or 3 times a year. So again, it's worth building relationships with local businesses, local councils for those repeat orders, because we have a number of partners that have large orders multiple times a year because they took the time to build those relationships. And again, if they can do it, then so can you. And we had some 10-year anniversaries. Big congratulations to Joanna Bell and Georgina Harris, who celebrated 10 years with Usborne. And again, pretty cool month to celebrate your 10-year anniversary. I think the next slide is a prediction slide. So I'm hoping I've put the predictions and not the answers to it. Oh no, also in the news. So Ellen Rosser was in Leicestershire live. So again, making relationships with local news, because a school that was local to her flooded and they lost all their library of books. So she organised a community book pledge with local businesses to fill the library back up again with books. So again, this is kind of lovely local news story that people want to hear. And again, like, she was aware of what was going on in her local area, did something about it, people wanted to support it, and what a difference she will have made to those children. So again, these stories are here to inspire you to think about what you might want to do next year. Becky Henman ran a fundraiser to donate books to the Grace Kelly Childhood Cancer Trust. So again, people are doing amazing things everywhere, and people want to support good causes that you could lead on. Oh, there's more fundraising. Mel Mitchell and Emma Davey ran a fundraiser to get mental health book packs into local schools. This is something I talked about that last year. I think we did an offer for for Children's Mental Health Week, and so partners took up that offer, pitched it to local businesses to get packs into local schools. Also, if you have done anything, I'm trying to keep a track on everything, please write in the chat what you've done in case anyone else has any ideas. Oh, that's amazing, Melanie, that you do a hospital pop-up every month and you've raised £500 so far. So yes, if you've done something, please put it in the chat, because it will give other people ideas of what they could do and try as well. I can see Marie is on the chat, and I'm pretty sure you've done something in terms of fundraising. So if you could please put it in the chat, then that would be great, so other people can see what they can do. So prediction time. I have got the list of the top 20 books for 2025. Technically, it's like the top books, because Grant could give me, that's our inventory controller, he'd give me like a 12-month period, and he hasn't got the data for this month. So technically, I believe it's like December 2024 to November 2025. But it's the best I could do of the 12 months. So could you please put your predictions for the top 20 books for 2025? You don't maybe need to list all 20, but between you, it would be good to see how many you can list in the chat. So please go with your predictions. Oh, Liz is saying Cruise Ship Kid, Train to Impossible Places. People are going with a fiction. Laura, you might want to check your type in there. Yep, indeed. Game books, I believe she meant to say. Oh, Joe, you've gone specific. Wind Up Bus, Mondays in Murder, Pullback Train, Farmyard Tales, Cruise Ship Kid, Wind Up Diggers, Sticker Dolly Dressing Witches and Wizards, Football Skills, Everywhere, Wind Up Tractor, Football Skills. Kerry, very specific. Don't Tickle the Penguin, Pullback Train. Oh, that's amazing, Ellen. So it wasn't just one thing you've done with that. You've then built further relationships. People are saying, okay, so basically people have gone for game books. They've gone for wind-ups. Oh, Laura said wand books. They've gone for Football Skills, Cruise Ship Kid, Mondays and Murder, Train to Impossible Places. I will now reveal the best-selling books of 2025. Sorry, there's lots of buttons everywhere that won't let me click on. Okay, so number one has been 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. This was the nurseries pack for this year, and it did sell out. And I did say to Grant, can we order some more for next year? And he was like, I pitched that stock perfectly. It'll all sold out. But I'm working on it. But that is a top tip to you. Nurseries packs worked really well for Christmas, but could you replicate that in the summer with graduation gifts? I don't know if my daughter Bobby actually got a graduation gift from nursery, but I feel like a picture book would have been a nice like goodbye for her leaving for school. But yeah, like organizations are doing this not just at Christmas. Leavers gifts are huge. I can see Keeley is on the call. I know Keeley sells schools loads of Bibles every year for leavers gifts. Sticker dolly dressing advent calendar I do actually have. Our office moved and we don't have many books, so I've basically stolen things off my children, so I've got some things to show you on here. But this was sticker dolly dressing advent calendar, which was huge for you guys this year. It's beautiful. You've got all the different beautiful windows. I'm sure most of you have seen this, but if this tells you anything, it tells you advents are huge. Obviously, your selling window for advents is really small, and this covers 2025 as a whole. So this is telling you, go hard on Christmas, because you're going to sell nurseries packs and you're going to sell advent calendars. Kerry, did you say the Train to Impossible Places? Because you were correct. This is a class set, and there have been partners. One partner, I feel, like last month alone, I think we sold over 700 copies of this. And it was like bulk, like one partner got loads and loads of them. Schools would be good to contact in January. Are they doing new class reads with their children? Because we price compared this. You are offering them a better rate than anyone else will be on this class set. So they get 30 books for a discounted rate. They're also perfect for when like children start secondary school. A lot of schools give them a book before they start, so all the children in year 7 read the same book before they start year 7, and then they can talk about it when they start. These books are perfect for that. And again, have those conversations now. Make sure the schools buy the books from you and not from anyone else. And bear in mind, fiction, the reprint time is way shorter than any other title. So if it's not fiction and it's printed in Asia, we wait like 6 to 9 months for a reprint. If it's fiction, it's sometimes as quick as 4 to 6 weeks because it's printed in Scotland. So fiction is great. So if you are worried about anything, email in, because it might be that it's reprinting and it'll be back in a month. Other titles definitely won't be. Super Miraculous Journey of Freddie Yates, also a class set. Kick is also a class set. Jenny Pearson, I think I've got this question later on. I'm not going to reveal anymore. Kick, there is a new one coming called Strike, which looks sensational, and I feel like you guys are going to sell it in your hordes. We will obviously go big on Strike so that you guys have loads of it to sell. But yeah, all of these are class sets, so people are selling them. So if you haven't sold a class set, approach your local schools and offer them the class sets at the discounted rate. Because when I was a teacher, we used to buy stuff off Amazon. I think we used to struggle to get the quantities. So from like wholesalers, they often didn't have the number of books we needed. So like Gardeners or any of the other suppliers, they didn't have the quantity we needed. So yeah, it was a nightmare, and I'd have appreciated someone emailing me, telling me some great options at a discounted price. My First Phonics reading library, these always sell really well. They're really, really good value. I know at an event I was at in the summer, I met multiple parents who said their kids didn't even come home with a book anymore from school, and they were learning to read on an app, which was really quite depressing. And the parents obviously wanted the children to actually learn to read with a book. I know I use them with my daughter Poppy. She's now in year 2, so we don't use them anymore. But in reception in year 1, because she was really bored with the books that she kept getting sent home from school, she had the same book for a week and we were bored. So we mixed it up and we read the phonics books. And I just think they're brilliant. And also I think they're quite good to sell to parents that want storybooks for their kids that their kids can then read when they get older, which I think is great. Little sticker dolly dressing. Do I have... I think I have a little sticker dolly book, but I don't have mermaids. But good old little sticker dolly dressing, and nicked this off Poppy. These books are great. They're portable, they're travel size, they're super affordable. There is nothing not to like about a little sticker dolly dressing. I believe this was an offer with the Mermaid's Magic painting, which people obviously went nuts for. Scratch art has been huge this year. Also stole this off my daughter. These are great. Her brother's clearly been at this because she is not that bad at colouring. She's 7, and I think I might not put this back in her room. But yes, you've got the beautiful pages to scratch off. You've got all the activities to do. And they're just really, really great. And there's loads of options now. You get the scratchy pen. I think they're good for on the move because they're not that messy. So yes, scratch art has been huge. So if you've not converted yourself to scratch art yet, definitely do for your future events. 100 Things to Know About Sport was massive. So again, this probably is quite obvious, isn't it? I think it's like your classic reluctant reader book. 100 Things to Know has always been a really popular series. There's now more than 10 in the series. I think sport you should have at every event because there's going to be someone who wants to buy sport, particularly a child that tells you they don't like reading. They'd probably like reading 100 Things About Sport, or they'd also probably like Kick or Freddie Yates, incidentally. Then we had, did anyone guess Shrapnel Boys? What are people saying? Anyone guess? Shrapnel. Oh, thank you, Marie, for your putting your story of what you did. Yes, Advent. People are converted to the Advent. Shrapnel Boys is amazing. It was the 80th anniversary of D-Day. So we brought out this and Under a Fire Red Sky. And again, every single event I've been to, someone has bought Shrapnel Boys. If you've not read it, highly recommend it. I think Jenny Pearson is such a talented writer. I think it's perfect for like 10, 11, 12-year-old boys. Like I've never been to an event where someone hasn't sold Shrapnel Boys when they've had it. My first reading library. People like to split these for look for books, don't they? Again, if someone's child is at a school where they don't even send them home with a book, they might want to invest in these. Other people do look for books where, again, they'll get local businesses to sponsor books. This is the cheapest way to do it. And then they'll separate the packs, hide the books, kids find them. Local businesses get marketing, not free marketing because they've sponsored books, but cheaper marketing than they would get. And it's a great way for a partner to advertise their business as well, because you don't know who's going to find one of your books. They might want to be a partner. They might be a teacher that wants a school event. They might be a baby and toddler group franchise owner that wants you to pop up. Wind Up Santa's Sleigh. I do have with me. I nearly lost Santa, but here he is. Again, this is festive, so it just shows you how hard people go in the run up to Christmas, because while this isn't a new title, it's a new edition. This only came out a few months ago and was one of the bestsellers, so people have gone absolutely mad for it. Little Sticker Dolly Dressed in Christmas. I think that was an offer, but again, like people go mad for these books at events. See Inside AI, also another good one. I know See Insides haven't been selling as well recently, but AI is such a popular topic that, again, I think is a must have. Again, advent calendars. I don't know if people guessed advent calendars, but Advent's another one. Poppy and Sam's Wind Up Tractor book. Again, you cannot go wrong with a wind up. I have witnessed people sell more than 20 wind ups at a single event. So I think the limit does not exist when it comes to a wind up and how many you could sell at an event. House with Chicken Legs. There was quite a lot of fiction guesses. She has got, if you are a partner that's been with us quite a while, this book isn't new. It is one of the most beautiful books I've ever read. And she's got The House with Chicken Legs Runs Away coming out. So I think it'll be nice to get that back into existence. Super Poodle is a new series. It's one where if someone likes Dogman or what's the other one? Dogman or the other Bunny versus Monkey. It's kind of our answer to that. You've got the high color, like full color illustrations. You've got the comic strip style. You've got the limited text, but there's puzzles as well. And I feel like someone gets Cruise Ship Kid, not Grumpfort. Grumpfort is up there. So we had the amazing Jamie Hammond at Leadership Academy. He was brilliant. And Grumpfort's that perfect book for that awkward age of child where they've kind of outgrown like Billy and the Mini Monsters, Uni Piggle, maybe even Anisha, but they're not quite onto like your Jenny Pearsons. It's your middle ground. It's illustrated, it's funny, there's not loads of text, and he's a massive talent. It was Waterstone's Book of the Month as well. So like he is known. And he has got another book coming out called Dragon Flare, I believe, next year. So very exciting that we've got more coming. Jenny Pearson has got more coming as well. So yes, lots of excitement there. So well done, because Kerry, you guessed Train to Impossible Places. Although Laura, even with your typo, none of them in there. No adventure game book. Maybe next year. Moving on to April, but well done with your predictions. And if you happen to know what your best-selling books were of 2025, can you please put them in the chat as well so people can see what you sold? And if you were someone that sold loads of any of those books, maybe pop in where you sold them as well into the chat. Oh, I mean, Laura, you can't say Grumpfort now. And Laura, you should be more loyal to Jamie Hammond, because Laura's husband was Jamie Hammond's tutor, which is very cute. Oh, yeah, that's a good point, Emma, about Grumpfort and Cruise Ship Kid. And hello, Emma, because I've seen your name there. Older reading. So reading libraries, no one else wants to reprint them at the moment. So I think we were looking into costs of could we print them on their own, but it might be that the quantity we have to print is too much and it's just not feasible for us. So if someone wants to reprint them, we will join on to that print run, but I don't know if we can afford to do it alone. Which basically, if something goes out of stock, we would keep everything in stock that we sell, but we can't afford to print on our own generally. So April, our top recruiters were Jenny Fox, Rosie Mackay and Annetta. So again, some fab recruiting. That's 6 in a month, 4 and 4 in a month, which would get you your silver in 1 month if you got them active. So again, you don't just need to be trying to recruit one person a month, because also if you had multiple people join your team in a month, it'd be much nicer for them, because then they can talk to each other about their experience. They can share their first steps together. You can put them together in a WhatsApp group. And again, people are doing it. So there is no reason why you can't do it either. Congratulations to Laura, Catherine, Jess, Ali and Gina, who were our top sellers in April. Again, I think most of these work predominantly in schools that I know of. So you will find generally the people that sell the most are the people that work with schools, because obviously you've got a lot more active buyers in a really small enclosed area wanting to buy from you. But some of the big sellers, it is these big council orders they get as well. So it's not just schools. And I've seen people do fantastically well at hospital pop-ups as well, and at markets and other events. But yeah, if you're not working with schools and you're new, I would talk to your mentor about getting into them. And remember, like, teachers are everywhere. So if you're struggling with emailing schools and people are ignoring you, or phoning them and they're ignoring you, try doing another event elsewhere, because you might meet a teacher at a baby and toddler group. You might meet a teacher at a market, and use your free prize draw slips, because teachers are everywhere. I can see some of them on this call. So they're everywhere. And if they're not going to ignore you face to face. It's just they get a load of other emails, or they're trying to actually teach the class. So to be honest, they don't want to do any emails, because they're trying to teach and plan and mark and do everything else. So if you're not having any luck, try booking an event somewhere and try and meet one in the flesh, out in the wild. In the news, Becky again, she was in the Express sharing her amazing Usborne story. So those of you that don't know Becky is a nurse who does her Usborne business alongside that. Nurses, incidentally, teachers are our most common partners. Our current part-time, full-time or ex-teachers, our second most common and increasingly most common seems to be nurses. So lots of nurses are joining to supplement their income. Obviously, nurses do shift work, which is not necessarily compatible with family life. One of my friends is a midwife and her kids are older, so it doesn't matter so much, but she works ridiculous shifts and there's no way she'd get her childcare to fit with her shifts. Her kids are older, so you're probably not going to recruit her. But if when her kids were younger, just not really very compatible with any childcare. Laura, It's you. Laura's writing my view as well. She was in the news sharing her Osborne story as well. For those of you that don't know Laura, Laura is a teacher. So Laura teaches part-time and she leads her own team and does her Osborne business alongside that and has been doing for quite a number of years as well. So yes, again, Laura's a great example of a teacher that is doing this alongside their Osborne business, because we know that teaching is not also necessarily that compatible with family life either. Then we have got some more fundraising. So Juliana ran a fundraiser to provide books and games for foster children, which is lovely. So again, we know that services are really kind of tight in terms of funding. I know Sam Barton ran an amazing event where she fundraised to have loads of books, again, for foster children, where they could come and choose any book they wanted from this bookshop experience. So again, is this something that you could do? Like, could you get in contact with your local social services and see if this is something that they would like support with? One of my friends is a social worker, and every Christmas, I know it's a bit late now, but it'd be good to plan for next year, they are kind of like frantically trying to source gifts for children. And again, if one of you guys actually could do that for them, that would be incredible. So like really worth considering local aid, like talk to social services, like see if there's something you could help with providing books for foster children, or talk to organisations like Bernardo's that run like play sessions for children. Do they need books, and can you support them with that? Into May. Again, these are our top recruiters. So every month we've got people that are recruiting 3-4 people. So again, that could be you. So lots of people recruited 3. So big well done to Jess, Vicky, Lizzie, Kirsty, Alina, Emma and Laura, who were our top recruiters in May. And again, if they're on this call and you have any recruiting tips you want to share, or just any positives of why you like it, then and thank you for everyone in the comments as well. It's really interesting reading. Oh yes, Sarah's got the stats. Sarah Singleton, loving the stats of this. I was quite surprised that football skills was not in the top 20. I have to say, I thought football skills would be, and you guys have sold out football skills, which is incredible. Grant will be on that, don't worry. He'll be on the source for the football skills. So well done to the recruiters and top sellers. Well done to Sarah, Keely, Sandy, Sarah and Ali. And I know, because I've seen their faces or their comments, that Keely and Sarah are on this call. Keely and Sarah, if you can remember what you were doing in May, then please do share. I know both of them work with schools. I would say it's fair to say both of your main sales channels are schools. But yes, if you can't remember what you were doing in May, then please let us know. Oh, Keely, that was One School's Ready Steady Read. So if you are a newer partner and you've not done a sponsored reading event, they're great. You can do them remotely. So if you're someone that works full time, or maybe you've got a child at home full time and you have a connection with a school, see if they want to do a sponsored reading event. Children are sponsored to read as many books as they can, or listen to as many books as they can in a certain time period. They raise, they get sponsored, the money gets collected in, the school adds it up, then you obviously donate whatever percentage on top. And I think it's always nice to say that Usborne will support their fundraiser by adding more books in. I know lots of people do assemblies, or they'll pre-record an assembly, and I think the more you put into it, the more you will get out of it. So by doing a launch assembly or recording a video of you talking and getting kids excited, showing them some of the books that they could have for their library if they raise the money, offering like prizes for the child that's read the most or raised the most money, or the class that's got the most children who've actually got involved in it. Please put your Ready Steady Read tips in the chat as well. If you've had a successful one, what did you do that you think made a difference? Keely, if you have any tips of what you do. Oh, so Sarah was one of the top sellers, and she was only home for 8 days in May because she'd done a Ready Steady Read. So again, it is worth doing it. And I know Sarah Hunton does loads of sponsored reading events because she worked full time. She was one of our top sellers last year, and she worked full time while she was doing it. And she did it because she had a really busy January, and she set up loads of sponsored events, built loads of relationships, and then she kind of reaped the rewards throughout the year. So again, get organised in January because it will pay off, not just in January. What else happened? We had more 10-year anniversaries. Congratulations to Tracy Mannings, who celebrated her 10-year anniversary in April. We had the Direct Sales Awards. So Judy Williams got our Long Service Award. She has had her Usborne business for more than 40 years, which is just unbelievably amazing. She's still in the top earners. So again, if you are someone that is planning for your future, do it now, do it with your Usborne business. Judy still does a David Lloyd pop-up. She still has people in her home that she pops up so they can come and shop and browse the books because it's convenient for them to come to hers. She's still like absolute heart of Usborne. She's amazing. And yeah, she got the Long Service Award, which just shows this business can work and work and work, and it's still working for Judy. Katie Slingerland was our top seller of 2024, which is why she got the Direct Sales Award. She works with schools. So that is, I don't know that she does, I think maybe she does a few baby and toddler groups, but that's mainly to get recruiting leads and schools leads. Other than that, she works with schools. And that's where she's getting her sales. Jess Mutso got the Rising Star Award because she was statistically the kind of biggest achiever of the new partners last year, both in terms of recruiting and sales. Jess does schools, she does a lot of baby and toddler groups, and that's where she's getting her recruits as well. And then Marianne Ryan won the Community Star Award as nominated by other partners, and she does do a lot of work with local councils to provide children with books as well. So yes, thank you everyone. Great tips as well. Thank you Laura, thank you Liz and Keely and Sarah. So yeah, please keep sharing your tips as well. So we have the Direct Sales Award. Hopefully they're a bit sporadic. I'm hoping we'll have them again next year, but they seem to do them and then they don't do them for a few years and then they'll do them again. So if we can have people there, we'd love to. But it depends whether the Direct Sales Association do any awards. Jess was also in the news, so her story featured in the Birmingham Mail as well about how she's built her business up around various health conditions and her very small daughter Freya. So again, like we do get asked regularly by, well, not as regularly anymore, but we get asked by the Direct Sales Association's PR team if we have any stories. So if you ever get a request, please do share your story if you can, because you might be in the news and then that's going to really help your business as well. So next, predictions, because to be honest, you didn't do that well with the top 20 books. So what do you think the top 20 series of 2025 were? What were the top series? Please put your predictions and hopefully we'll get more than 3 out of 20 or whatever we got for the last one. What are the top series? Okay, right. We've got some good predictions going in. Sticker Dolly Dressing, Billy and the Mini Monsters. Wow. Fiction is a series, but it doesn't really work because it like groups it weirdly. So it tends to group it more like Billy and the Mini Monsters would come up as a series or a niche. But yeah, like fiction as itself, I'm going to tell you now, won't come up because it only picks up the individual titles. Right. Oh, people are really going in for this one and I like it. Hopefully Laura's not made any more typos in whatever she's suggested. Okay, so people have gone for Billy. We've gone Anisha. We've gone Sticker Dolly Dressing. We've gone That's Not My One Book. See Inside. That's Not My. Billy Sticker Dolly, Don't Tickle 24. I love 24 Hours. For Beginners. Izzy the Inventor Hunter Things. No, Izzy. Scratchbooks, Beginners. Carrie, you've gone really specific. Beginners, $4.99. $5.99 ones. Peep Inside, Osmond Beginners, Don't Tickle. Okay, great. Let's reveal. We have got, and also I've shown you, so the books that I'm showing were the number one book in that series. So it's telling you like the top 20 series, but also what the number one in that series was, unless I have removed books that were in the starter kit because they're obviously there because they're in the starter kit and people that joined have got them. So, the best-selling series, number one was Magic Painting. I don't know if anyone even guessed Magic Painting. And that was number one, and this was on offer, The Mermaid's Magic Painting. But the number one series was Magic Painting, which incidentally, I feel like people are saying they're selling stickers more than Magic Painting now. But Magic Painting, number one. And I think the reason it's great, you can share it with siblings. My kids share them and they don't like sharing much, but they'll share a Magic Painting. You peel out the old perforated sheets, they can go mad with them. You feel like you're doing arts and crafts with your child and it's not even messy. So I think they're a crowd pleaser. That's Not My People definitely did guess. And the number one was That's Not My Reindeer, which was a festive offer, but just shows how many of them shifted in the run up to Christmas. So, yeah, That's Not My. No one guessed the minis. They're there because they were on offer. I think they've got mixed reviews, haven't they? The minis. I think they're a bit small, personally. But obviously people like them. They're good stocking fillers, aren't they? Then we had the See Inside series. I have got no idea why See Inside Evolution sold so much. So if anyone was the seller of many copies of See Inside Evolution, please show yourselves and tell us where you sold them. But yeah, See Inside, I thought was on the down, but no, number four in the series. Sticker Dolly Dressing is number five, which quite a few people did say sticker dolly dressing. So yeah, again, like I've never been to an event where someone hasn't sold sticker dolly dressing. Nicola Usborne does a roundup of what sells as well, and we've just had her like annual Christmas speech. If you're going to stock up on sticker dolly dressing, stock up on like the fantasy magical ones like fairy weddings and unicorn princesses and all of those ones, because they sell way more than the like, I don't know, like sports or whatever your other ones are. And people still like, I say people, children still like the glitz and glamour. Picture books were number six. And I think that pretty much was because of this one title. I wouldn't go wild in stocking up on picture books because I don't think you're going to sell loads of them. But you might to nurseries. You might to nurseries if there's ever kind of like a reduction you can do on price. Poppy and Sam, my kids both loved Poppy and Sam. My son Alfie still loves Poppy and Sam. This was the number one seller in the Poppy and Sam series. The Magnet was number two. I love the Magnet book. Some of you have heard me go on about the Magnet book way too much, but it's so good value. And I think it's really fun. And I think you should all have it at your events because I think the Magnet book is great. So yes, Poppy and Sam. I think there is a real nostalgia, and you can see it in the general children's book charts. Like those nostalgic books that people had when they were kids are really quite high up in the children's book charts. So I think like if parents are remembering Poppy and Sam fondly, then they'll want to buy those books and stock up in the Magnet because it's just great. First, sticker books were there as well. So Nativity was the number one. I think again that might have been an offer, but yeah, first sticker books sell well. Kerry, you said this £5.99 series. You were correct. People sell these in their hoards at book fairs, don't they? Because they've got every topic known to man. Horses and ponies, I believe, is popular in certain rural communities. But this series, and bugs was the most popular. So yeah, like this series is great, isn't it? Sound books. The more expensive sound books sell way more than the cheaper sound books, and that is the case for Usborne. Generally, that's one of the things Nicola said in her speech. The £12.99 sound books sell way better than the smaller format £7.99 ones. So don't be intimidated if you're newer. Buy the more expensive sound books because people buy them more than they buy the cheaper ones, and obviously your commission is going to be much better on those. So sound books, Jingle Bells was the number one, but sound books sell really well. Our number one as a company was Farm Sounds, and I think that's, I don't know how many years running it's been Farm Sounds, but it's a lot. Then we had Little Sticker Dolly Dressing. Next year is the 20th anniversary of Sticker Dolly as well. So these ones, I think they're just much more portable, aren't they? They're smaller, they're more portable, they're easy to take wherever you go, and they're great. The very first questions and answers series, the number one was why do we need a potty? And yes, why do we need a potty? I don't know. but yeah, this one, it's more the life skills ones sell better than the other ones. So like, why do I need to get dressed? Why do I need to brush my teeth? I think they're really good for early years settings as well, to help them have those conversations with children. So I think they're a good one to recommend to your nurseries, and particularly if nurseries are concerned with school readiness and doing that preparation between now and September. I think books like this would be good for any early years settings. So good for you guys to kind of contact your local nurseries and actually see, do they want some of them. Build your own sticker books. My 4-year-old son loves these. I think they're great. They're like an alternative to sticker dolly dressing, I think. So I think at every event you should have some build your owns and some sticker dolly dressing. Monster trucks was up there, and I have to say, I've got it for my son for Christmas. He's going to lose his mind. He loves a monster truck. I think we'll be thrilled with them. I think the build your own, I don't know, do they age up a bit better than sticker dolly dressing? I don't know, but they're great, and I feel like you should have them at your events. Someone said wind up, and someone had said wind up digger specifically on another thing. So yes, wind ups are up there, and like for Usman as a whole, they are growing. And there are more wind-ups coming next year, including one. I don't even know if I'm supposed to say it or not, so I'm not going to because it's being recorded. But one that people have requested a lot is happening. It is becoming a reality. And the number of meetings I've been where people have talked about the logistics of this vehicle and how the vehicle even works, but it's happening. So I can't say any more than that. But there's more wind-ups coming, and you're going to be very excited by them. Phonics readers were the next ones. Again, they're just great, aren't they? They're great as an alternative to the schools books, which if your child's doing Monster Phonics like my daughter and we're in year 3 of Monster Phonics, I have lost the will to live with Monster Phonics and what those characters are up to. So we like an alternative. 100 Things to Know was up there again. So sport was the best selling. Book and jigsaws, I feel like people weren't buying jigsaws as much anymore, but maybe, well, they obviously are because the series is up there. They're really gifty, aren't they? People are always pleased with the added surprise of the book. My son loves a jigsaw, my daughter not so much. Peep Inside series is up there, a favourite for both my kids. The vehicle ones, I feel like you have to have at your events. Again, I've never been to an event where a partner hasn't sold a vehicle themed Peep Inside. The fairy tale ones are also beautiful and people love buying them. I think particularly at Christmas time, they're really gifty. They're like a classic thing that an aunt buys, I've noticed at an event. But these ones, you just cannot go wrong with the vehicle themed Peep Inside. Someone said Billy and the Mini Monsters. Congrats to you. Billy was up there. This was the most popular, which I guess is not surprising, actually. I probably will buy my little boy this because he goes to school in September. And Little First Stickers is the final one. Little First Stickers, I think, is personally, outside sticker dolly dressing and build your own, I think as our best sticker one. I much prefer Little First Stickers to the First Stickers because they're way more portable, and I just feel like, I don't know, they're much easier for children to do. Like I got loads of my kids and I much preferred them, but my kids have gone from like the Little First Stickers to, my daughter went to sticker dolly dressing, my son went to build your own. Like we didn't really go to the bigger format First Stickers. So I don't know what other people's views are, but I personally think Little First Stickers are brilliant. And we've got them for loads of interest. Like there's ballet, there's trucks and diggers, that's the crowd pleaser. There's dinosaurs, there's gymnastics. There's like whatever hobby or interest your child has, we have a Little First Stickers for it. And I think the series is fab. So that was best selling series, which I feel like you guys did pretty well because someone guessed Billy, we had Wind Up, someone had said sticker dolly dressing, someone said 100 Things to Know. I think you got quite a few of these, so congrats to you guys. June. What was happening in June? Here were our top recruiters. Congrats to Karen. Jenny has come up again. Congrats, Jenny. Emma and Stacey were our top recruiters in June. Our top sellers were Melanie, Verica, Sarah, Jessica, and Liz. Sarah, Jessica, and Liz, I know were schools. Melanie, I believe, was this big like council order. But if you're on the call, Melanie, or if someone is friends with Melanie, put what you did because I think it was something along those lines. So well done to those people. Okay, people are loving the vehicle Peep Inside. Nice to see. So yeah, this was June, and people say that summer is dead. Summer is not dead. It is what you make it. So well done to those. Any of you are on the call, please share what you were doing in June. Then We had Emma Butt joined our Hall of Fame. So this is if you've been a partner for more than 20 years, which is incredible and just shows again. I know Lisa Colley, I'll talk about her later because she entered the Hall of Fame this year, but she started when her daughter was really tiny. Her daughter's now at uni and she's kept her business going. So it just shows you and your team that people can join when their kids are really tiny. And well, Judy's a massive example of that, and still be doing it years later because your business can change and grow and adapt as you and your life changes, grows and adapts. So again, like 20 years is incredible, and people aren't doing this for no reason. Like their business is still working for them, and that's why they're still here. And we had Gabriella Rusi celebrated her 10-year anniversary as well. So big congrats to Gabby. Into July, so again, we had lots of people who recruited 4 people. So we had Daniela, Laura, Emily, Jodie, Kerry and Laura. I've seen that Kerry and Laura are on this call, so congrats to you. If you can remember what you were doing in July and why people were joining in July, then please do add it to the chat. So who are you talking to and why were they joining? Please let us know. And what else have we got? In our top sellers, Jessica has come up again, and Sarah again. Both of them are schools sellers. Sarah Singleton, Joanna and Helena. Sarah Singleton is definitely on this call. So Sarah, what were you doing in July? You weren't on a cruise and you weren't in the Azores. So what were you doing in July, Sarah Singleton? Please do share. Again, people are saying summer is quiet, and please remember as well, double personal sales bonus. So if you sell £1,500 or more of books in a month, you get an extra 2% commission on them. If you sell 3,000 or more, you get an extra 4% commission, which puts your commission like way up. And if you're doing party orders, like that puts your commission at nearly 30%. If you're doing schools, it's putting it at nearly 25%. So it's worth pushing for those bigger orders. Or if you're on the cusp, like, can you do something else to earn yourself that extra money? Because again, people are doing it, so it's possible. And well done to Justina and Jane, who celebrated their 10-year anniversaries. Make sure you have a look at our Usborne Facebook page, our UCP Facebook page, because we do share these lovely stories on there, which I think will be great for your recruiting conversation, showing people's business longevity. And also if people have done something and it's on the Facebook page, it might give you or your team ideas of what you could do. And if you've done something, please do tell us about it, because we want to put it on the Facebook page and we want to shout about it. I know loads of you will have done loads of amazing things, and I've literally gone off the Facebook page. So it's not that I don't think you're all amazing. You just weren't on the Facebook page because maybe you didn't share your story, and we'd love you to. So please do. There was a fundraiser, so Donna Anderson threw a Poppy and Sam party that raised £205 for Highland Action for Little Ones Halo. So again, she really went with it. Poppy and Sam had their 40th anniversary last year. This year it's sticker dolly dressing, so maybe some of you could do something sticker dolly dressing themed as a fun fundraiser, or like get every child a sticker dolly dressing book. Go really wild, go really exciting. Do a sticker dolly dressing themed party. Everyone can dress up sticker dolly dressing style. See how many sticker dolly dressings you can get for World Book Day. But yes, some more fab fundraising. Into August. Emma Davis, I've seen is on this call. Congrats to you, congrats to Fiona, and congrats to Karen, who were our top recruiters in August. So Emma, if you can remember where you got your people from in August, please tell me. Sarah Singleton got her sales from summer book fairs. I have seen some wild summer book fairs at schools where parents are predominantly buying sticker books and magic painting. They've gone absolutely nuts for the activity books. So again, don't rule schools out in July, because parents are panic buying books to stock up with for the summer holidays. You've also got the parents. I did this myself when my daughter was in reception. I failed in year 1. I bought her like a key skills workbook to do in the summer holidays because I was really paranoid about summer slide. And then obviously my parenting lessened because I didn't do it in year 1. But you'll sell the key skills books, you'll sell activity books, you'll sell fiction, and you could do it all in an afternoon after school, set up, be out there. It's sunny, it's nice, and you can sell loads of books. Kerry's let me down with what she was doing. Laura, you recruit when you're on holiday. Oh, and sports day book fairs. Yeah, I think my daughter's school had one, but it was like they basically tried to get rid of all the books in the library that they didn't want anymore. And I have to say the parents also didn't want these books from the library that were from about the 1980s, and the school didn't want them. We didn't want them either. But we might have appreciated a nice book stand. So those were our recruiters. Our top sellers were Christine, Keely, Annetta, Camelia, and Karen. Keely, I know you're on the call. Keely, if you can remember what you were doing in August, please do share. Quite a lot of these sales, our partners will hold off a school order that maybe they've gathered in July, and then they'll place the order right at the end of August to be delivered to the schools in September. So if you are planning ahead and being organised for your year, and you think, actually, my passion is schools, that's what I want to do, or you're thinking to yourself, I want to be off all of August with my kids or having a holiday, or I don't know, I'll have another job and I'm really busy in August. Plan ahead, because you don't have to do anything in that month to get the sales. You could generate the sales at the end of July, process them at the end of August, the school get them in September, and it's great. Or if you are Scotland, you're going back to school in August. Northern Ireland, I believe you're going back to school, or Northern Ireland in August. If you're outside the UK, you're probably going back to school in August. So again, doesn't have to be a dead month, could be a nice back to school celebration. 10-year anniversaries, Catherine Warren celebrated hers, so congratulations to Catherine. And we had Lisa Colley and Mary Purdak joined our Hall of Fame. Lisa, I know quite well, and I know a lot of you know Lisa. That is her daughter, Jess, and Lisa joined when her daughter was tiny. Her daughter is now at uni, and her daughter helps her at events when she's back from uni, or she'll come back from the weekend. And it's lovely that Lisa built her business, and her business is still going, and her kids are, one's an adult, I think one's doing A-levels, and she built it when they were tiny and she grew it, and it's still going strong now. Lisa consistently does brilliant sales still. She's still recruiting and growing her team. She's still leading a team, and that's 20 years later, and she still loves it. She's still so enthusiastic about the books, which I think is amazing. So if you know Lisa, or you meet her at an event, do talk to her, because she'll be very happy to share like how her business has changed over the last 20 years. Oh, yeah, okay. So Keely has done the tactic of placing an order strategically, because she was on holiday, so she strategically did it. Oh, and that's great. Oh yeah, Marie, that's amazing with your sports day book fair. Like £300 for 50 children is insane, but it's because you're convenient, aren't you? You're there when the parents actually need to buy those books. You're there, and that's why you guys are amazing. September. Now we're getting busy because we're into Christmas, and this is fairly recently, I feel. So we had a bumper kit in September. People didn't do as well with it as they did in January. But we had Alexandra, Sabina, and Sarah. Sarah, you're on this call. Why did people join you in September? I feel like Sarah's like, just get on the chat, Sarah. You're being very busy at the moment. But yes, those were our top recruiters in September. Congratulations to you. Again, September is a super logical time to join. Although I'd argue August is always more logical, because then you've got like the full Christmas season, you've got the bank holiday joiners. But again, great time to start a business. So great time to grow your team if you're planning out your year strategically, as I'm sure you're all avidly planning out 2026 as we speak. Our top sellers, Viorica, Camelia, Mel, Helena, and Laura. So again, I think a lot of this was schools sales. Again, but people are starting to ramp up for Christmas as well. Again, people were selling the nurseries pack as soon as it came out. People were selling advent calendars as soon as they came out. People were selling Christmas quite heavily as soon as it started. And quite a lot of people did author events in September as well. So we're selling those books, or we're selling class sets to schools as well. We had quite a few 10-year anniversaries in September, so clearly a good time to join and to keep going with your business. So congrats to Karen, is usually on these calls. So Karen, if you're here but I haven't seen you, please share anything with us. So congrats to Karen, Alina, and Pantalitza and Jane, who celebrated their 10-year anniversaries, and 3 of them sent in pictures and a story, so you can read those back on our Facebook page. In the news, Karen Harwood, so we've had another radio thing, was in Made in Kent Radio talking about her Usborne bookshop and the importance of reading. So again, don't forget your local radio stations, like have something to say to them, because reading is huge and so important. Kids are going back to school in January. It's topical. Can you get yourself on local radio talking about what you do and doing a nice shout out for your business, and other people can do it with you, or do a school event with you, or have you at their event, whatever it might be. Chris Sutherland did a fab fundraiser to donate over £1,500 of books to Baby Basics Northampton and Team Mikolaya. So again, like, can you do something to support your local community? Look at those beautiful books that are part of those packages, or can your team do something to support? Next prediction, you have improved. You did the top 20. It wasn't great, if I'm honest. Then we did the series. You did way better. The top 20 fiction titles for 2025. What do you think they were? Predictions, go. I feel like people are cheating now because they've got on the series. Kerry, all of the class sets, name them. Name them. Sarah Singleton telling us about the importance of follow-ups. Cruise Ship Kid, we've got Billy Goes Back to School, we've got Gruntfoot, Billy Back to School, Shrapnel Boys. I'm glad people have actually been watching this and paying attention. Gruntfoot, Shrapnel Boys, Kick, Operation Nativity, Chicken Legs. Can people be guessing books I have not already named, please? Train to Impossible Places. Werewolf Wood. Loads of people have been saying Werewolf Wood has been good. Okay, right. We're going to... all of Sophie Anderson books, Werewolf Wood. Okay, let's go. We have the Train to Impossible Places. This is a class set, so that's why it sold so well. Shadow Hall Academy, this series I think has been huge. This is also in the starter kit, which I think helps because then people are familiar with it. It's short, so we were at a Pixel secondary, not Pixel, Pixel English conference. A lot of teachers wanted shorter books to teach their class that were age appropriate. So these were for older kids, but shorter books. I think the Phil Hicks books are perfect for that because there's loads of literary devices in them. They're quite short, but they look cool. Kids are going to like them. So I think Shadow Hall Academy is just a great series. Freddie Yates is also a class set, as is Kick. Anisha's in the starter kit, which I think again helps because people are familiar, and it is that kind of age range in between middle grade fiction and the kind of really younger, like Unipiggle, Sticker Dolly stories. Shrapnel Boys is there. Again, it's a class set, but I think even if it wasn't, it would sell well. Same with Kick. Kick has sold well for years, and I think came out in about 2017. Still selling phenomenally well. House of Chicken Legs, again, is brilliant. So we've got, as I've said, we've got Strike, we've got House of Chicken Legs Strikes again coming out. So, and more Jenny Pearson. Grumpfort, someone did guess that. And again, we've got his second one coming out, so that's going to be big. We've got Cogheart, that is also a class set. And I think Nicola Usborne said that was our best-selling fiction title of 2025 for a company as a whole yesterday. Someone did say adventure game books. There is Shadow Chaser. I think by far the most popular one. And every event I go to, kids choose it, and they say it's the cover. That's what they like. So if you're stocking up on one of them, stock up on that one. Aveline Jones is up there. So again, Phil Hicks, same reason. You've got another Jenny Pearson, Speed Wars, which was excellent. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I also enjoyed Shipwrecked. Cursebreaker, so another game book. You've got This Book Kills. Someone did say Ravina Guron, like right at the start, they thought would sell well. We don't sell much YA, but we do sell loads of Ravina Guron. So I feel like everyone should maybe have some token YA at their event or shoved underneath the table if it's at primary school. And that's the one I'd say you should pick if you're picking one. League of Thieves. So again, that's 3 game books that are in there. The Boy to Beat the Gods. I know some of you, I've seen Liz Neal on this call. Liz did an author event with him. Did you like him, Liz? And you sold quite a few, didn't you, Liz? So yes, Ashley Thorpe is great. His books are great and they feel quite gamey. So I think, and he's just had another one out as well. Cruise Ship Kid, someone said right at the start, Cruise Ship Kid. Yes, she's done phenomenally well for Usborne as a whole. So this Cruise Ship Kid and Grumpfort are the biggest fiction titles for Usborne as a whole that are new this year. And again, I think she fills an awkward gap. Under a Fire Red Sky, that's a class set, and also I think it was helped by the anniversary of D-Day. And Where the World Ends, also a class set, but hers are really good. If a school is asking for something, if a secondary school is asking for a class set, Geraldine McCorian's really well kind of respected as an author. She's a Carnegie winning author. So her ones would just be great to recommend. Or if someone wants a challenging book for their children, that's the ones you should go for. So yeah, whoever said class sets, which I think was quite a lot of you, they do dominate Phil Hicks, Jenny Pearson, adventure game books, and then you've got like Cruise Ship Kid, Grumpfort, and Ashley Thorpe. Okay, into October. Our top recruiters were Mel, Margazetta, and Gabriella. Our top sellers were Sandy, Julia, Mel, Annetta, and Katie. I don't know if any of you are on the call, but congrats to you. And if you are, please share what you were up to in October. It's only a few months ago. Hopefully you remember. We had some more 10-year anniversaries, so congrats to Gemma, Keely, and Caroline. I know Keely is on the call, which again is lovely that she's been here 10 years and she's still coming to these sessions, still really committed to that. So well done to keep. Oh, Liz, that is a lot of that book, 50 books. Yes, I also love Tamsin Winter. Tamsin Winter's doing a lot better for you guys recently. I think she is a must-have at any event. So yeah, Keely, if you have any thoughts on your business after 10 years, please do share them in the chat, and massive congrats to you. And November, only last month, our top recruiters were Emma, Gemma, and Nicola. I don't know if any of you, is Nicola on this? Nicola's quite often at these sessions. So they were our top recruiters in November. So again, some fab recruiting then. And our top sellers, Nikki, I think I've seen you on this call. So Sandy, Nikki, Annetta, Katie, and Verica. Nikki, it was only last month. What were you doing in November to sell so many books, please? So this does show you, again, people are selling this many books, so you definitely can too. So Nikki, if you're still here, please tell us what you're up to. And the 10-year anniversaries. Congratulations to Sue, Sarah, Rosie, Vicky, and Marta. Vicky's quite often in these, so Vicky, if you're here, please do share why you still love your business after 10 years. Again, there's stories on Facebook, so do have a read or do chat to any of these people if you meet them at events, because they're still loving their businesses. You've seen Keely's name everywhere tonight, still loving her business after however many years. Into December. Now, December's figures are as now, because obviously I can't predict what's happening in the future in December. So this is just how people are doing as of now. So our top recruiters so far, this is in December. And again, people like to say December is a dead month. I know that Emma Davis is on this call and she promoted to team leader in December, and she's still a brilliant team leader and she's maintained that status ever since. So December is not a dead month in the slightest. So well done to Gabriella, Lizzie, Melanie, and Keely. Melanie, have I seen you on the call? And Keely. Why are people joining your team in December? Because we've still got time in December left. So if any of you are on the call, why are people joining your team, please? And Lizzie, are you there? Or is it a different Lizzie? But why are people joining your team right now? Because that might mean that they might want to join. Well, not the people that have just joined your team, but other people might want to join someone's team right now. So who is joining your team and why are they joining your team? Thank you, people that are typing away. And this is our top sellers so far. So again, people might go wild later on in December. I have seen that Liz is on this call. Liz, who's buying books off you in December, please? Where are you selling them? And we've got Karen, Carla, Anne, and Katie. So Liz, if you wouldn't mind sharing, please, where you've been selling your books. Different Lizzie. Oh, Liz's school orders. Okay, yeah, Liz, you mainly work with schools, don't you? So Liz is in school orders. Um, so again, what you're gaining from this, I think, is do some fundraisers, get yourself on local radio, work in a hospital, and work with schools, and do some RSRs as well. That's what you're learning. So then some amazing stories that were on our social media. Rebecca Kent, who I believe, Becca, are you on this call? Sold over 100 advent calendars. You can read more about that on Facebook, but Becca, if you are on this call, can you please tell us, when did you start selling your advent calendars? When did you start advertising them? How did you sell so many? Obviously, it's not much use to you guys now because I don't think anyone's buying an advent calendar now, but it is going to be used to future you or future members of your team that you want to help out next year, because if Becca's done it, then other people could do it. It could be you. Becca, how did you sell so many, please? Oh, Nikki's done massive orders. Okay, she's stocking up. Two new ladies looking to start training this month and about next month. Okay, that's great, Manly. So actually people are trying to get organised and prepped and prepared. Oh my goodness, that's incredible, Jamari. A book doctor event with market to parents. So again, a massive school order from her. And then I think I've got one more. Oh, community work. This was lovely. So this was on the ECP Facebook page. So one of our partners, Lucy Higgins, encouraged her local guide group to write to PG Bell for their bookworm badge. And he wrote back to them, which is super lovely. And then they gave him a badge. So again, there's lovely things you can do in your community. Like, do your local guides or scouts want to do a fundraiser to raise money for another organisation? Do they have a bookworm badge that they want to organise something for? Do you, like, I don't know, are children in schools doing Duke of Edinburgh near you, and therefore they want to organise something because they've got to do something as part of that? Like, get involved with your local community groups, because you never know what they might want to do, and how they might want to get involved with you guys. Either for books for their organisation, or they might want to fundraise for someone else, and do some amazing things. So that is my whistle stop tour of 2025, which wasn't whistle stop, was it? Because I've gone way over. So thank you for the fact you're all still here. But what I would love you to do in the chat before you leave and go back to your evenings is let me know your favorite thing you did in 2025. Like, what was your biggest Usborne achievement in 2025? And what one thing are you going to try in 2026 now that you've seen this? That might be a book you're going to try and sell because you've seen it selling everywhere. It might be you're going to start recruiting. It might be you're going to sell a load of advents. It might be you can do an RSR. But what was your best thing from 2025 and what are you going to try in 2026? Okay, so yeah, so tip from Becca, who sold all the advent calendars, is start advertising as soon as they're out. And she went to a load of baby sensory groups, nursery and school book fairs. So again, getting out in person. And yes, best thing was being more visible. Yes, people can't buy from you if they don't know about you. People can't join your team if they don't know about you. Oh, Nikki, your best thing was the Azores. I presume that was mainly for my company. I'm going to stop recording now. But thank you for stop